Values are all depicted by the sense of how you live your life and how other people perceive you. I think values all boil down to who you're made out of and what are you made out of. If you've got bad values and ethnic morals, then I think surely you need to change them, because at the end of the day, all you want to do is grow and change who you are for the better. I think in terms of values, if I set something and I tell myself I'm going to do this, well, then obviously I'm going to have to self-criticize and make sure that I stick to those values and I stick to those ethnic morals. Because if I break it, then isn't it I'm breaking my own morals in which I create, and that states that I'm not a man who I am. And values are how I depict myself and how I see myself. Values all come down to who you are as an individual. But I think to have the correct morals, you need self-criticism, and you need criticism from the people surrounded by yourself, because you cannot grow without having people around you. If you are only criticizing yourself from your personal view, you will then only see the perfectness inside yourself. You need people around you who are going to self-criticize you to better who you are as an individual. That's truly where growth stems from.
What are your strengths and weaknesses?
I think strengths come from mindsets. I've got a very solid mindset in terms of what I believe. I think a lot of my mindset has come from difficult times from which I experienced in life. And obviously the one fact which helped me to mature mentally in terms of mindset was none other but God. For He was the one person that was always there for me. He never gave up on me. And He gave me the strength to persevere and to push through those difficult times and to get to where I want to be within life. So without Him, I think I'd be very far behind in life, because I know that every single day I have to get up and I have to do things to please Him, and I have to live a life which will one day benefit me when I pass on from this worldly realm, if you want to call it that.
Are you challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone to better yourself and your life?
I think challenging yourself to step out of your comfort zone is something that everyone should do, whether you're at any age, whatever gender you are, whatever ethnicity you are. I think you have to. Without stepping out of your comfort zone, you're going to be comfortable, and no one grows, and growth doesn't stimulate from being comfortable. I mean, growth only comes from you being in a place where you're not used to being in surroundings where you need to learn to adapt, learn to change who you are, learn to bet yourself as an individual. So growth will have to stem from you pushing yourself into places where you don't want to be. And I'm not saying that you need to be in a negative place. I mean, sure, you can be in a negative place, you can be in depression, you can be sad, but then you need to take that and you need to grow morals and a mindset so that you can get out of it. Because if you do not do that, well, then what's going to happen? Like a pool of water, like I mentioned before, you're going to become stagnant and growth will not happen whatsoever. So you're going to need to step out of your comfort zone. You have to. I would actually push and urge you guys, step out of your comfort zone, because you're going to realize who you are as an individual. You're going to see yourself in different aspects, in different situations, and you're going to start to get to know who you are as an individual. So I encourage each and every one of you, step out of your comfort zone, see what you're made of, see who you are as an individual, and work on the places that need work.
Are you satisfied with your life?
I think being satisfied with your life can be a good thing and it can be a bad thing. I would say personally, I'm not satisfied with who I am yet, because I'm not at the place where I want to be. I haven't got to the levels where I want to be. I haven't reached those steps in which I want to reach for success. So I would say satisfaction isn't always good. I would say appreciation for what you have is necessary, because if you do not appreciate something, well, then you're always going to be sad, regardless of the fact that you should work as hard as possible, whether you're sad or happy or angry. I mean, feelings don't dictate your worth ethic, but I simply think that being appreciative of what you have is a big role which plays in your life. But to be satisfied, I think you should always strive for more, because if you're satisfied with something, then you're going to sit back and you're not going to work as hard. You're not going to go after those goals and the dreams which you want to accomplish. So I think you should push to be better. Don't be satisfied with what you have, but be appreciative of what you've got.
Are you grateful for what you have?
I am. I'm grateful for what I got. I mean, I've got a loving family. I've got people around me which love me, which protect me. They look after me. They encourage me. They keep me in line. They have good self-criticism for me as an individual to grow. And that is obviously everything that you need. Without a good base of people in your life, like family and friends and someone that's going to strengthen you to help build foundation with who you are. That when times go wrong, you need someone to rely on, someone to back you up, someone to stand with you as a brother who will, no matter what happens, walk and run into that fire with you. You need people like that within your life. And I think without that base and surrounding, it's very difficult to get through hard times. Yes, there's this whole aspect of, you're the lone wolf and you can do things by yourself. But I think you will become a lot stronger when you have people that are like-minded with the same aspects and goals in your life to accomplish those things, and to have people that have got the same mental morals, which will habitually, completely and utterly reiterate to you, do these things, do this, do that, until you work to yourself so you are at the highest level of echelon within life.
Why is self-awareness so important?
Self-awareness is very important because I think if you do not take self-accountability for who you are as an individual, are you really trying to push to become someone better, to do better in life? Self-awareness comes all about the people surrounding you and how you treat others. You can be self-aware and be a complete dick and no one's going to appreciate you or like you. And then you can have self-awareness to be better, to help others, to strive to be better, and to better yourself as an individual. And that is necessary. I think you need to be aware of what you do, of how you act, of how you speak, of how you treat people. Without self-awareness, simply growth doesn't get planted within you, and it doesn't happen.